Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to ask our big sis is going to answer like a big sister would, these burning questions. Okay. But we'd also like boys' point of view on these pressing relationship issues for the heat babe supplement. Right. So this first question is, I've been going out with my boyfriend for over 3 months now. I've met his parents and his whole family knows he has a girlfriend. I want to tell my parents about him, but I don't know how to without making them angry. My dad is overprotective about me having a boyfriend. How can I tell them?
That's tough, man. It's tough. I suppose the best thing to do would be, well, do it in the right way, as opposed to like, I know that you're overprotective and like I'm your little girl and I've done this like bad thing and got a boyfriend. I would say make it more like I'm growing up. Yeah, this is what I'm doing. Due to his influence, she feels like an independent woman that can make her own decisions, and she feels that she's found a good guy, and she would like his take on him.
On the guy.
Yeah.
Although she doesn't want him to actually not like him.
Yeah. Although if it's like more like, you know, this is what I've done. This is what I'm doing. I'd like to introduce you because this is like, we're all growing up here. We're doing our thing properly.
Okay. Sounds very mature. Good. Question number 2. I think I've fallen in love with my best friend. We hang out all the time and I've started getting butterflies when I know he's going to come over. How do I know that this is love and how do I tell him?
Well, I would say that that's actually probably quite a common problem there. Yes. And it's a very tough one to do. I suppose the thing is to actually just somehow like bring it out into the open, because otherwise you'll just frustrate yourself.
But how do you tell him?
Well, see, because I think maybe telling straight, if you're not sure, might be a bit of a too far step. You need so I'd say ease in with like some steady kind of more intimate flirting with the guy and stuff like that. Yeah, invite him over for whatever they do normally. Maybe have a little drink or two.
What are they? They're too young to go.
Okay. Young, but just
they're 12. They're like their best friend.
Yeah, well, yeah, I would say just like ease it in with.
So remember when you were like 13 and you know there was this girl who wanted to like you, or who liked you. How would she have to approach you as a boy? Because we girls, we try and work out how to approach you guys, you know. So.
Yeah, well, I mean, guys are always keen to be approached. so
just
like,
approach.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, I mean, that's what I would say. But I mean, like, ease it in, because I mean, obviously, if they're friends already, then there's obviously something there, and chances are you'll probably find the guy's feeling the same way.
Yes.
In fact, that's probably the only reason he's going to a house.
Yes.
So I would say just.
So what does she say physically, like? Hey,
I would say.
Hey, Brian, I like you.
I would say definitely it's not so much about what you say as like it's more like what you do, kind of like body language.
Okay.
Yeah, just like make it a bit more closer, I suppose. I don't know. But, get a bit more intimate in there. Yeah, and like kind of just like slowly ease into the whole thing. So like, you know, who you have your eye on these days, something, and then like slowly get to their conversation. It never fails. Yeah, it's true.
I think that brings us to another question here. I've been dating my boyfriend for a year now, and he really wants to have sex. Growing up, my parents always said I should save myself, but I really like him. Should I take the plunge? How do you know when you're ready to have sex?
Well, I figure if she's looking at it like taking a plunge, then chances are she isn't ready for it. Yeah. But you know, it's something that I think, you know, obviously we speak as guys and we just
that's why we're asking you.
but I mean, from kind of what I've heard and experienced, like girls feel a bit stronger about it sometimes. So I would say like don't necessarily jump into it, but you know, it can but it can be a really good thing, and it can actually like enhance a relationship if it's the right thing. If both people are feeling comfortable. But I would say the fact that she's even asking means that she isn't ready. Yeah, I would say that.
So how would she know when she was ready?
She's like just straight keen for you. She would just know. You always know. It's like you're the first time is never how you picture it's going to be. It just happens, and you'll know. Yeah. So she'll know. And it shouldn't be from any outside influence. It should really be like what you feel comfortable with.
So she shouldn't let the guy pressure her?
I would say definitely not. No.
Okay. speaking as guys, you know, pressurizing girls.
No, I mean, look,
well,
like, look, if they've been going for a year and haven't done it yet, then like, that's like,
well, it's
depends on how old they are.
It does depend on how old they are, but
of course, I keep forgetting this. I'm sorry.
but I mean, I would say if she's like asking a question and using words like plunge and stuff like that, then I would say
it's probably
she isn't ready. Yeah.
Okay. I'm terribly shy and I don't know how to approach boys. Every time someone speaks to me, I clam up and freeze. Am I going to be alone for the rest of my life? She's 12.
Okay. I would say definitely you're not going to be alone for the rest of your life. Everyone's a little bit insecure, especially at that age. That's like as you're about to go into the whole kind of hormonal change up. So I would say definitely not, but I would say that just be confident, because everybody loves confidence. Even if people may not like the way you look at first, the personality can shine through really, really 100%. So just be confident. Absolutely, always.
And what if she blushes?
She blushes, that's quite cute sometimes.
I think that can actually be a good thing, because then if the guy's doing it, then he might think, okay, cool. Like,
she likes it.
Yeah. And then, it would just kind of naturally progress, I suppose. But yeah, just like confidence, and don't like look at them like, you know, for a girl, like this is the guy that I want to, you know, get down with. More just like, react like you would react with anybody else. Then just be
the rubber band.
Be comfortable.
Nice. All my friends have kissed boys except me. I'm 15 years old and I feel like a loser. What should I do?
Kiss a guy. I'd say the exact same thing.
I would. That's a good question. I mean, obviously, like if she's vibing with a guy, then I would say just it'll happen when it happens. But I mean, I would say don't feel like a loser because it hasn't happened. There's lots of people who don't do anything until they're like finish high school or even later. So you know.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a competition, and in fact, it might hinder her whole thing by thinking it's a competition. So rather just chill out with it and expect it, and it will happen.
Cool. Here's a tricky one. I'm 13 and I already have huge boobs. I feel really embarrassed because all of my friends are in training bras and I'm already a 32B. The girls all laugh at me.
And the girls are just jealous. I'm telling you right now.
The girls are very, very jealous.
Because all the guys are loving it.
We actually had a girl at school, and I won't even mention the nickname because if she reads it, she'll know exactly who she is. But it's like there's always a girl who's like kind of, I don't want to say overdeveloped, but more developed than her counterparts, and the guys are loving it, and I would say that the girls are just jealous, and she's got to step up, so she must be proud.
Cool.
Yeah, pump them out more.
Right. The last one. This is quite a tricky one. My boyfriend has told me that he thinks my mom is hot. I feel really uncomfortable because she's divorced and he's a lot older than me. I'm 16 and he's 22. I've also noticed he has started coming over to our house more often when I'm not there. My mom's a natural flirt. What do I do?
I've seen that before.
You've seen that before, yes. Yeah, I would say just try to have faith in your mother's decency. But of course that sometimes doesn't work.
Yeah, and maybe he's just like scoping out that if the mom's older and looking that good, then she grows up, she'll keep the same genes.
Yes.
Good investment. So
Checking out the investment potential.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there always could be that.
Yes.
But I mean, like to be honest, 16 and 22, there's always going to be some sort of conflicts of interest there. But
and I would say if you have a guy, if you're 16, you have a guy who's 22 coming over and scoping out your mom, then that's definitely not the dude.
I'd say that's kind of dodgy territory.
Step away from the dude.
That would be my advice. Just don't even think about it. Just move away.
Cool. Thanks, guys. That was very insightful. I think the girls are going to love. Well done.
Cool.